From the Hampton Coliseum in Hampton, Virginia, WHCS Sports presents the East-West All-Star Game, the boys basketball of the Virginia High School Coaches Association. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz. We welcome you to the Hampton Coliseum for this All-Star contest between the East and West All-Stars. These young men graduating seniors from high school, many of them going on to college, and we will see the cream of the crop from the state of Virginia. Bob, we've got some outstanding young men in this contest.
We most certainly do, Tim, and this East squad is just, I think it is packed. This young man by the name of James Phelan from Hopewell, of course Damon Baycoat from the Hampton, Edmund Sherrod, who is going to Old Dominion from John Marshall, and Joe Smith, the 6'9" young man going, I'm not sure where Joe's going, but Tim, these young men on this East squad, a lot of them have been playing together in this AAU basketball, so they'll be more in tune to what's going on than maybe some of the players on the West squad. On the West squad, you've got some just some tremendous talent. These young men all have been voted on, selected by the coaches, and then voted on to be representative of their school in either the West or the East region.
Just to clarify, Bob, Joe Smith will be going to the University of Maryland.
Okay, I thought it was ACC, but I wasn't sure. Also, Tim, during this contest, we'll see it a little different. You'll have one quarter where you'll have 6 of these players. 5 will start, and there'll be 1 substitute. The second quarter, you'll have the other 5 with 1 substitute. The third quarter, they will play all 12 of the players, and then in the fourth quarter, you'll get to see the coaches can play whatever group they want to. Also, you'll see no press until the last 2 minutes of each quarter, or unless one team gets down by 10 points. I hope to see it real loose and just very much fun, because that's what these contests are all designed to do. And again, I want to take this opportunity to not only thank the people here at the Coliseum for helping us set up, but also Mike Smith and his crew. This is just going off so smooth. They've been up in Lynchburg for the last 8 years, first year in Hampton, and we've got a tremendous crowd here, as you can see as the camera pans. And
this time we'd like to ask the players, their parents, and coaches to come forward.
A spectacular squad for both of these teams. We are going to see a lot of talent on this court tonight. And before we have the actual game, we're going to have the introduction of the players along with their parents and their coaches. As you see them coming on to your screen now from the West squad, those are the people that you are watching as they make their way to the floor of the Coliseum. And we're going to turn it over to Wayne Nast in just a moment, and he will introduce all the players with their parents and the coaches. This is quite a prestigious selection. These young men are chosen by the coaches, nominated by their coaches, and then voted upon.
Athletes, their parents.
Wayne Nast now for the introductions.
Join them at this 22nd annual Virginia High School Coaches Association All-Star Contest. Each player will be presented with a commemorative plaque by his coach, and each player will present to his parents a flower. We'll begin with the West squad on the far side of the court. For the West, number 41, Landon Bays, Twin Springs High School. With him, Judy Bays and his coach, Lee Clark. Number 55, Joey Beard, South Lakes High School. With him, Mr. and Mrs. Ed Beard and his coach, Mike Head. Number 33, Jason Bishop, Rye Cove High School. With him, Wayne and Dorothy Bishop, and representing his coach, Mike Head. Number 53, Chris Foster from Pulaski County High School. Representing his coach, Mr. Gerald Thompson. Number 15, Michael Hunter from Allegheny High School. With him, Mr. and Mrs. Russell Hunter and his coach, Mark Keith. Number 45, Justin Johannes, Amherst County High School. With him, Mr. and Mrs. Arnie Johannes and his coach, Bill Dickinson. Number 51, Damian Keys from Woodbridge High School. And with him, Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth and Julia Henson, his coach, Will Robinson. Number 43, Lonzie Robertson, Laurel Park High School. With him, Stephanie Robertson, his coach, Frank Scott. Number 13, Adrian Sensabaugh, Virginia High School. With him, Linda Sensabaugh, his coach, Mike Cortalaro. Number 35, Maurice Spencer, Martinsville High School. With him, Mr. Howard Spencer, his coach, Robert Husky Hall. And number 11, Sean West, EC Glass High School. With him, Ms. Sabrina West, his coach, Tom Trice. How about a big hand for the West squad, the coaches and parents. And now the East squad. Number 24, Damon Bako, Hampton High School. With him, Pete and Shirley Bako and his coach, Walter Brower. Number 52, Sterling Dandridge, Armstrong High School. With him, Earl and Marjorie Dandridge, his coach, Walter Penny Jr. Number 40, Marvin Graves, Lakeland High School. With him, Jackie Graves, his coach, John Fuller. Number 42, Damon Graydon, Franklin High School. With him, Hattie Williams and Renee Graydon, his coach, James Jones. Number 10, Carrie Keys, Spotswood High School. With him, Mr. and Mrs. Daniel Keys, his coach, Jim Kramer. Number 12, James Pelham, Hopewell High School. With him, Jackie Pelham and Brenda Pelham, and his coach, Bill Littlepage. Number 44, Robert Rickman, Franklin High School. With him, Frank and Brenda Rickman, and his coach, James Jones. Number 54, Michael Sharp, Western Branch High School. With him, Mr. Herman Sharp, Jr., his coach, Mike Donovan. Number 30, Edmund Sherrod, John Marshall High School. With him, Pat Sherrod, his coach, Frank Thretz. Number 50, Joe Smith, Maury High School. With him, Letha Smith, his coach, Jack Baker. Number 32, Darian Somerville, Osborne High School. With him, Mr. and Mrs. Gerald Somerville, his coach, Mike Clutter. And number 34, Craig Tutt, Luray High School. With him, Mrs. Beatrice Tutt and Mr. Arthur Billings, and his coach, Rich Lyons. A nice hand, please, for the East squad, their parents and coaches. And now the boys basketball game director, Mike Head, will present plaques to the coaches from each of these squad. First, to the coaches from the West squad, Mr. Gerald Thompson, Christiansburg High School. Mr. Frank Scott, Laurel Park High School. Mr. Will Robinson, Woodbridge High School. And we'd like to wish Mr. Robinson a very happy birthday. Lee Clark, Twin Springs High School. And now the coaches from the East squad. Jim Moose, Warren County High School. Jim Kramer, Spotswood High School. Mike Bailey, Bethel High School. James Jones, Franklin High School. Once again, athletes, coaches, parents, we thank you very much for being with us tonight. Just a moment before you leave. We'd like to make a special recognition for the National Basketball High School Basketball Coach of the Year from Hopewell High School, Bill Littlepage. Congratulations, Coach Littlepage. Thank you, players, coaches, and parents.
All right,
we're looking forward to your game.
Squad, and we thank Wayne
Good luck to
Mast
each of
for
you.
his introduction of the players, their parents, and coaches. And while they were going through that exercise, the nets have been repaired. During the warm-ups here, both squads were allowed a very liberal usage of the nets as they put on a slam dunk contest in a unofficial situation. And it was quite a display from these young men, and their abilities to move up and down the court and to put the ball in the net is going to be a lot of fun for the fans and the viewers to watch. Bob, I'm getting really excited and looking forward to this contest. It's going to be a good one.
You got that, Tim. This the athletes on this floor, we've got to see quite a few of them because of the playoff following the Bethel Bruins all the way to their state championship in basketball under Mike Bailey, and we got to see these young men play. Edmund Sherrard and Joe Smith, just to mention a few. And of course, while we were up at Charlottesville, I got to watch the AA and single A semis and finals, so I got to see some of these other players, and there are some tremendous athletes on both of these two teams.
Here's your starters for the West. Number 41, Landon Bays. 55, Joey Beard. Damian Keys will be the other starter, number 51. Lonzie Robertson, number 43. And Sean West, number 11, will round out the starting five for the blue-clad West squad.
Number 12.
James Pelham, Pell as he is referred to, he will be one of the starters.
That's Michael Sharp, number 54 from Western Branch. And there's the young man I was talking about is going to Old Dominion,
yeah,
Tim.
from John Marshall.
And there's the big man.
University of Maryland bound. And Damian Baycoat. Baycoat.
He's a little bit of a hometown favorite here.
You might say that.
Your officials for tonight's contest, the referee, Mr. Kyle Neve. Umpire
Kyle
number
Neve
1
will be the
Steve
referee.
Whitley.
Steve Whitley
Umpire
and Bill
number 2,
Wessel will
Bill
be
Wessel.
the umpires for this contest.
And Tim, I don't want you to say anything bad about the officials.
All I want to say is he gave you a T and the game hadn't even started. So there's where he knows you from.
Oh, man, man, man.
A lot of other events as we're waiting for the tip-off. I want to make you aware of the Wednesday afternoon event on the 14th. That'll be a 2 o'clock affair at Briarfield Park, a softball match between the girls' all-star teams. Then at 7 o'clock Wednesday evening at War Memorial Stadium, the boys' all-stars baseball. And then Thursday night, the culmination of the sporting events, the football game from Darling Stadium, game time 7:30. Make plans to come on out. You will enjoy it. West controls the tap, and the defense right off the bat applied.
That looked like a good block, but they called a foul, and that'll put young number 55, Joey Beard, who is 6'10" from South Lakes.
He is some kind of ball player.
Woo, he is too. That young man
He's going to Duke.
He's going to, okay.
Yeah.
Well, him and Joe Smith are going to see a lot of each other. Joe going to Maryland.
That's right. And Joe Smith called for the personal foul. Looked like a pretty good block, but he obviously got more than the ball.
Got a little bit of body.
So Joey Beard gets both free throws, and back come the East squad. This is James Pelham with the ball.
Well, you'll see both squads playing man-to-man. They're going to play in zone. They're going to play some man-to-man, and you're going to see a lot of hawking the ball and a lot of good defense.
East turns the ball over. No shot clock in high school ball, and a little different time frame for this game. 10-minute quarters instead of the normal 8-minute quarters. So in essence, you really have the same time that you would in a college game, 40-minute game, 20-minute halves. West squad moves the ball around nicely. Penetration blocked by
three people.
Yeah, by three people is right. Sharp was one of them, and this is
Whoa, what a pass. Nice pass from James Pelham.
Michael Sharp with the basket. 2-all the score. Beard will shoot from 13. It's short. And Joe Smith with the rebound for the East. The lob pass doesn't connect.
Damon called for the lob, and it was just a little high. That would have been a spectacular way to start.
The alley-oop didn't quite connect, but we can see that's going to happen a lot tonight. They're going to try it as often as they can. Inside the West with the rebound, and Sharp had it and lost it out of bounds for the East.
Sharp is a leaper, Tim. That young man is getting up in the air. He's 6'8", but he's playing as tall as the 6'9", 6'10" young man out there.
Sharp headed for George Mason, or James Mason. That's a good one. George Mason, or James Mason College, if you will. Baycoat misses. The follow shot is good by Sharp. So Michael Sharp has 4, and his team leads by 4-2. Sean West chases it down, but hands it right to Baycoat. Lead pass. Easy shot doesn't go, but a foul is called, and Pelham will get 2 shots. Foul is called against Sean West of the West. This game videotaped on the 12th of July, 1993 from the Hampton Coliseum. James Pelham will be at the free throw line shooting 2. And he misses the first. Here's your replay. You saw the foul committed. So 1 of 2 for Pelham, and the East leads by 3. Full court pressure, and I thought we weren't allowed to see full court pressure.
Well, maybe that was only in the girls' contest. I was given those rules. I thought it played well. No, it's a press, Tim. That's not a press. That's just one man on it.
Okay.
Maybe that's the interpretation.
This is Sean West. Received a nice pick from Keys. Outside shot is good.
That was a flat-looking trajectory, but it went in.
Lonzie Robertson. And the lead for the East is 1. 7:45 to go in the first. East with the ball in the white. Dish off, and the shot in by Michael Sharp. Blocked by Smith. Short jumper is short, and Smith gets the loose ball quickly. 3-on-1 for the East behind Sharp. I tell you, Sharp's had a chance to stuff the ball each time, and the big man doesn't like to do that.
Well, he wants to make sure it goes in. Tim, he's got 8 points and 6 of them because of 3 assists.
And the ball stolen once again by the East. This is Sherrard, and he'll give it to Baycoat, who will put it in. 11-4, the East.
Right now,
out on top.
the East is looking a little quicker defensively and are breaking once they've gotten the ball, whether it's off of a rebound or a steal.
Joey Baird misses the jam, but the loose ball comes out in the hands of Robertson. And Lonzie Robertson has 4. I like the quickness on these big men. You get to see some real action. Smith rather, guarded closely by Beard, but is able to connect nonetheless.
And Beard did everything he could. He stopped the drive, had his hands up, and Smith still made the shot.
And the West now, so the rules must be a little different for this particular match because they're not sticking with the original 6. And so the broadcaster's nightmare.
Yeah, it's like when we got the lineups last game, we had about 8 number changes.
Let's pick up the substitutions if we can. Maurice Spencer, number 35, is in the ball game, along with Justin Johans, number 45. Also in is 13, Adrian Senzabaugh for the West.
And 15 is Michael Hunter.
Michael Hunter in the game as well. So those are the 4 replacements. Beard stays out there. Shot no good, but the follow is good. This one by Michael Hunter. 13-8, the East by 5. Ball knocked away and then put up. Reverse layup is good by Joe Smith.
Oh, what a nice move. And Tim, you call it when you say the quickness of these big men. These are not slow-footed big men out there. These are young men that can move, got great moves underneath the basket, and handle the ball real well for the size they are.
Well, they move like they're 6'2 or 6'3, and these. Watch this move by Smith to the hoop, and then off-balance reverse layup. What a pretty play that was. Back to the live action. He can't complete the three-point play as the ball rattles in and out. East by 7. Three-point attempt, in and out. And the rebound comes off in the hands of Edmund Sherrard. Bound for Old Dominion University.
Young man can really handle the ball.
He's a great assist man. Baycoat has it partially blocked. Beard, no. Follow shot is good. So the West gets some offensive rebounding as Maurice Spencer connects. And now the lead is 5.
I tell you, it looks like people are flying at each other when they're going for a shot.
Baycode, nice move to get around his man. Shot is short, but Joe Smith follows for the easy stick back. He has 6. His team leads by 7. And Smith does a good job of tipping the ball loose. Oh, what a nice move.
Excellent.
Marvin Graves shielded himself from the block. And we got a foul. Beard will go to the free throw line. The foul will be on Michael Sharp.
I'll tell you, Beard impresses me. He goes to the basket strong.
Well, Beard is 6'10". Watch the replay here. You see a nice move on the part of Graves. And see how he kind of backed in and then banked it off the glass and good.
And double pumped, and the defensive man went by him, and he's still up in the air, had enough hang time to put it up off the board. Nice and pretty.
The West down by 9 as Beard will go to the free throw line. He is 3 for 3 from the charity stripe so far. South Lakes High School, 6'10", plays forward. And again, I'm listed as a guard here, but I would have a hard time with that one. Yeah. A lane violation, I believe.
And Joey sits down in favor of number 53. And
could that be right, Bob? They got Beard listed as a guard / forward.
I think that's a center forward.
6'10" guard.
Yeah.
That's not unheard of in these days.
No, it sure isn't, but he is a center forward. He's not a guard. Although he probably handles the ball as well as some of the guards out there.
You know, in your day and mine, the 6'10" guys, first of all, few of them existed. And secondly, they were the plotters. They just kind of stood around and occupied a vacancy and just got the easy layups.
And they weren't as fast as these young men. You're right.
No way, Jose. Baycoat for three, hit it.
And that's from way downtown, Tim. That was behind the pro three-point line.
Got some new nets up there that are still kind of stiff because as I mentioned in the warm-ups, the nets were rather shredded by the teams. 3:44 remaining in the first, 22-11, and the West comes back. That was Maurice Spencer connecting for the West squad. Graves directing traffic. And we've got a foul called against 53,
yeah.
Christopher Foster of the West. So the referee and the other officials want to let them play. Of course, you have a little more physicalness involved here versus the girls' game. So the boys have to be kind of watched a little more carefully because let play can get a little too rough. Sharp comes out of the ball game. He leaves with 8 points for the East squad. And he is replaced by Sterling Dandridge. Graves shows some of his quickness. Inside, Smith in heavy traffic. Tries to kick it outside, but it's stolen by the West. Nice move
nice
down
left
floor.
hand by
Michael Hunter
Michael
with
Hunter.
2 more.
Did a great job.
Smith just reaches over everybody, can't get it to fall, and is finally tapped out. And again, Hunter on the receiving end. Hunter dishes off right side, and the West is coming back. Chris Foster with 2. Down by 5. It had been 10. Baycoat again, NBA 3. So Baycoat is one of those streak shooters. If he gets hot, he'll hit it from anywhere.
And I tell you, and he knew he felt that going in. And he sits down and takes a breather as we have substitute in for him. I'm trying to pick up who came in for him, number 40.
The 40's been in there. I think what we're seeing is Damon Grayton, number 42 is the new man. Also 52, Dandridge had come in just a few moments ago. Down low, good defense by the East. Creates the turnover. Pelham dishes off. Heavy traffic, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, stuck up, no good. Tip, no good. And finally knocked out of bounds, last touched by the West.
Well, I tell you, there's some heavy rebounding going on both teams.
2:11 left in the first. 25-17, the East on top. Nice dish. Oh, the ball halfway down and fell out. Follow is finally put in for certain by James Pelham. That's his first basket. He has 3 points. Jumper no good, and Smith with the board. Three-point attempt, no good off the heel of the rim. 14-footer is nothing but net. Sterling Dandridge.
And he made, first one got partially blocked. He got it back and went right up with it.
A 12-point lead for the East. Three-point attempt. Why not? Justin Johans, better known as Boots, and I'll call him Boots from now on. Pelham penetrates, and then a foul called before the shot.
And I think that's on 33, Tim, and that's exactly who it was for the West, and that's Jason Bishop from Rye Cove. High School.
Substitutions now for the West. Sean West, speaking of West, comes in, number 11. And Joey Beard returns. And we've got a whistle and a foul as Damon Baycode also back in the game for the East. Sensabaugh called for the personal foul. His first.
Joe Smith goes out in favor of
Michael Sharp.
Michael Sharp.
So the coaches substituting liberally. Did we get a chance to mention the coaches for both squads?
They mentioned them earlier, but I do want to mention them while we got a chance here. Of course, we have for the East, we have from Bethel High School, Mike Bailey, Jim Kramer from Spotswood High School, James Jones from Franklin High School, and Jim Moose from Warren County High School. On the West, we have Lee Clark from Twin Springs High School, Frank Scott from Laurel Parks High School, Will Robinson from Woodbridge, and Gerald Thompson from Christiansburg. What a pleasure it would be to coach these All-Stars, Tim.
Baycoat misses. This is Bishop. Sean West, and his pass goes astray as the intended recipient, Sensabaugh, slipped down on the court, and the pass behind him goes out of bounds. So back comes the East with 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. They lead by 11, 31-20. Pelham dishes off to Sharp. And a nice penetration by Edmund Sherrard from Marshall High School in Richmond. John Marshall High School, we saw Sherrard in the championship game against the Bethel Bruins. The son of VCU great.
What a nice move.
Edmund Sherrard Sr. Pelham has 5 now. Three-point attempt, no good. Beard follows, it doesn't go, and the horn sounds ending the first quarter. And the East out to a 15-point lead after one, 35-20. So the rules we were given, of course, were not exactly the same rules for the boys as they were the girls.
Obviously they weren't. Let me run down where these young men are going. Of course, Damon Baycoat, Hampton High School, is going to University of Richmond. Sterling Danridge from Armstrong High School.
As you watch some of the replay.
Has not decided where he's going to go yet as we watch some of the replay. Damon Graydon from Franklin is going to go to Virginia State University. Marvin Graves is going to Pfeiffer College. He's from Lakeland. Kerry Keys from Spotswood is undecided. James Pelham plans to go to prep school and route to either Big Ten or ACC school. Robert Rickman from Franklin is undecided. Michael Sharp is going to George Mason. Edmund Sherrard, of course, going to Old Dominion. Joe Smith going to Maryland. Darren Somerville is undecided, and Greg Tutt is undecided. That's the East squad. I'll talk about the West if we get a break here real quick.
So we'll pick up the changes for both squads, and there are a number of them for the East. Most notably, the ball in the hands of Kerry Keys a moment ago, number 10. This also a new number, Craig Tutt, number 34. Damian Graydon, and this young man also in the lineup now, number 44, Robert Rickman. That comes the West.
Young man from Franklin High School, number 44, Tim. I watched him play in that. They got beat in the finals at AA or single A. I'm not sure where they are, AA.
Push-up foul underneath negates the basket on the West. Damian Keys called for the personal, his first. So the East with the ball and a 15-point lead. Tutt will shoot and has it blocked, but he was also fouled on the play as Sean West got him on the arm. Tim Cole and Bob Hintz as we bring you to this game from the Hampton Coliseum, the Virginia High School Coaches Association All-Star Contest between the East and the West. Game taped on the 12th of July, 1993. Hope you're enjoying this coverage as you watch some of the replay. Here is Tutt as he drove to his left and then was fouled by West on the play. Tutt hit the first free throw but misses the second. And the West rebounds and almost was able to trap the West in the backcourt. Of course, that leaves someone open down the court. Blocked from behind. Looked like a sure layup for a moment there. This is Rickman dishing outside. Rebound underneath the basket. Beard with a partial block. Finally controlled by the West. Down by 16. West, Sean West, no good. And chased down by Kerry Keys. This young man you said impressed you so much up in Charlottesville.
Yes, he did.
Rebound comes off for Damian Keys. And the West squad getting set to bring four new faces back in. Kick it out. Three-point attempt is a little short and to the right. Lead pass. And couldn't hold the baseline as Robert Rickman was doing the tightrope and couldn't stay in bounds. So the West now will bring back some familiar faces. That's Boots Johans, number 45, number 41, Landon Bays, who started the game. Jason Bishop is back in. And the other starters, Michael Hunter, along with number 35, Maurice Spencer. This is Spencer, and he connects. 6 points for Spencer. Almost stolen by Spencer. Baseline jumper, good. Craig Tutt has three. Nice move.
Oh.
Landon Bays showing why he's an all-star. Penetration, the basket is good, and a foul is called. Robert Rickman will get a chance in the three-point play. Landon Bays called for the personal. Rickman will go to the free throw line. Radin comes out in favor of Sterling Dandridge, number 52. 7:26 left in the half. Three-point play for Robert Rickman, and the lead again is 17 for the East. Three-point attempt, no good. Bishop chases it down for the West squad. Off the glass and good. Maurice Spencer with 8 points.
Tim, the quickness out there on the floor in both of these squads is just almost unbelievable. To have that many young men on the same court that quick, you think you're watching college, and these young men will be playing college. Most of them will be next year or in the fall. They will start.
Spencer trying to complete the three-point play, cannot get it to drop. And the East, however, turns the ball over. Kyle Nave gives the ball to the West. 41-26. Johans kicks it out for Spencer. And a traveling call.
Looks like right now the West is trying to do too much one-on-one when they get the ball rather than pass and run some sort of a motion, some sort of an offense. Turnover
Gives the ball to the West squad. 41-26. Three-point attempt short. Out comes Craig Tutt. Knocked away from behind by Bishop. And neither team right now can put the ball down.
Nice pass there.
Darian Somerville.
Ball was stripped as Boots was going to the basket.
That was a good job there of keeping the ball alive.
It really was. That young man had about 3 or 4 shots at it, Robert Rickman, and he never gave up on it.
Did kind of pass the ball to himself, if you noticed that one little play there.
I don't know if they caught that or not, whether they thought maybe another player also hit it about the same time, but you're right.
That was a smart play. He was trapped and he just kind of threw it up and caught it.
Well, that's really an illegal move. But if you can get by with it, it's not, huh?
It's only illegal if you get caught. Hunter with 6 points. Three-point attempt, an air ball. This is Bishop, guarded by Keys. Bishop for 3, no good. Johans' spinning jumper is good. Five points for Johans. And the lead is 15 with 4:44 left in the first half. Rattled it home. That is number 32, Darian Somerville. Johans, again, three-pointer. He does not jump on that shot. It's more or less like a
set shot. Yeah.
And the West squad will bring some new faces back in. Joey Beard among them, along with Christopher Foster and Adrian Senzabar for the West. 17-point lead for the East, and they have the ball.
I tell you, the hands on number 33, Jason Bishop, he's got very quick hands. 6'1", 150. He looks more like one of the smaller young men out there. Boy, he's got quick hands.
And those hands get him the rebound. Positioning will do that for you. Spinning move to the hoop, doesn't go. Beard follows, tips again, tips a third time. Finally gets his hands on the ball and then is tied up underneath, and a foul is called.
Yeah, he got hammered, but he was wondering, why can't I get the ball in? About 5 of them were jumping at it at the same time, but he never gave up on it.
Somerville called for the foul. We get a chance to see this.
Watch this replay, Tim. This is a lot of action here. Nice spin move.
That was.
But there's one tip.
Louis Spencer.
There's 2, 3, 4. He finally gets it and gets fouled on the 5th try.
Beard 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Make that 5 for 5. 15-point East lead. Stolen by the West. And good anticipation by the East. Nice job on defense by Craig Tutt. Rickman chases it down and saves it. This is Rickman on the much taller Beard, but the ball is knocked loose and finally lost out of bounds by the East.
I'll tell you, the quickness and the determination to get that ball and control the ball and to control the tempo is very evident out here with these two teams.
And Beard loses it on the baseline. Little less than 3 minutes to go. Good feed underneath and a good job of muscling the ball up by Grayton. Craig Tutt with the assist. Into Beard, and Beard is defended by 2 players and then can't get the ball to drop. Rickman with the board.
He went away from the basket to shoot rather than power to the basket.
Keys with a move, and it doesn't go. The stick back is good by Sensabaugh. 49-34. There you see the score here on the Channel 5 coverage of the East-West All-Star Game. 2:10 left in the half. And a tie-up, a physical tie-up. These guys were determined. That's, I love to see the All-Stars because these guys have that go for it at any cost attitude, and they play with all their heart all the time.
And they're not accustomed to losing, and they don't want to lose. You really get the best of the best when you get these All-Star games.
West down by 15. That's been the general lead here in the second quarter. That was the difference after 1. East led by 35-20. Beard draws the body and then can't get the shot to go.
Well, he got a little contact but lost the handle of the ball when he was going up to the basket.
Rickman short. Offensive rebound and stuck back in nicely by Damian Graydon. He has 4 points. Graydon has done well on the offensive boards. Got about 3 offensive rebounds. And hammered underneath. Christopher Foster will get 2 shots. Foul is going to go against Rickman. That'll be his second. Beard will come out for the West. In his place, Damian Keys. Here you see the time and the score here in the first half. The Hampton Coliseum in Hampton, Virginia, site of the East-West competition all this week.
And I was getting the principal. I ran into Jimmy Eason, and he was all smiles. This is a good thing for the city of Hampton.
The whole peninsula will benefit, but certainly the city of Hampton very happy to host this Coaches Association All-Star Week.
Well,
I know lots of things about trips to Busch Gardens. And
oh, yeah, but I know that Jimmy Eason, along with Mike Smith, have been very instrumental in getting the All-Star contest down here. And, of course, we can't say enough for Mike and his staff, but I don't want to forget Trish Mitchell, who is president of the Virginia High School Coaches Association, and all her work and efforts that's gone into making this a real showcase of talent and a great clinic for the coaches. I don't know who you give that to.
Lonzie Robertson, number 43, will get credit for the basket. This is Robert Rickman, and Rickman is fouled on the baseline by Foster. So we're in the 1-and-1 as the East squad, with 22 seconds remaining, will get the 1-and-1. And Rickman will not get the bonus as he misses the front end. Lost by Keys. seconds to go in the half. Keys hits. So Kerry Keys waited until the final 5 seconds of the first half to score his first points in this ballgame. And we have reached halftime. Our score at halftime, the East 53, the West 36. We'll return to the Hampton Coliseum with the third period of action after this brief timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to make you aware of some local
There you see the score at halftime, 53 for the East, 36 for the West. The East led by 15 after 1. For the East squad, they were paced by Damon Baycoat, who had 10 points, including 2 3-pointers. 8 points for Michael Sharp. 6 points for Joe Smith. 5 points each for James Pelham, as well as Robert Rickman. 4 points for Darren Somerville, Damon Graydon, and 3 points for Craig Tutt. 2 points for Kerry Keys. Those came on the last shot of the first half. Edmund Sherrard with just 2 points, and Marvin Graves also with 2, and Sterling Dandridge with 2. So all of the players on the East squad scored in the first half. For the West, they were paced by Maurice Spencer with 8 points, all from the floor. 6 points for Lonzie Robertson. Also, Michael Hunter with 6. And then 5 points each for Joey Beard and Justin Johans. 2 points each for Christopher Foster, Landon Bays, and Adrian Senzema to round out the West total of 36. And it's been pretty much, as you mentioned, Bob, the defense and quickness of the East squad and their ability to hit the shots.
It really has, Tim. And again, I need to point out that a lot of members of this East squad have played together on the AAU team this summer, so they're used to each other, and that makes a big difference. When you can play with somebody, you start to learn their moves and what they do on the basketball court, and it makes everything a lot easier.
So the East will have the ball to start the second half. We'll give you the lineups as we can. For the East, that's James Pelham with the ball, Damon Baycoat, Joe Smith, young man with the ball, Edmund Sherrard, and Sharp, 54, rounding out the 5. For the West squad, and a good block down court. Sharp trying to control the ball, and I'm not sure who finally got it, but let's say for
a little
now.
ragged, but I see the West coaches are up applauding. They want more defense, and that's what happened down at the other end. The East turned the ball over because of the defense by the West. The West is going to step up their defense a little more.
Hunter and Senzaba with Beard and Keys, along with the man with the ball, Maurice Spencer, the starting 5 in the second half for the West. Lob pass inside for Beard, and Beard has it knocked out of bounds. So Beard is being roughed up a bit inside, but that's what he's going to face when he goes off to play in the ACC. So I'm sure he's all aware of it, and I don't see him complaining. He'll just have to make the adjustments.
And
Joe
that shot was blocked, partially blocked by Joe Smith.
Beard got it back and then drew the foul. So Smith will get called for the personal foul. That'll be his second.
I know Joey Beard is saying, give me a break. I'm getting hammered every time I go to the basket.
Kind of fun to see this level there. You see Beard and Smith as rising freshmen in college, and 4 years from now these guys could be involved in the ACC tournament and probably will be very much so against each other, and I'm sure over the years no love will be lost.
And it starts right here. Huh? And of course he's from South Lakes, and we know another young man that played at South Lakes that's done right well down at Duke.
You bet.
And of course that's young Mr. Hill.
Grant Hill. West comes back and almost lost it, did lose it to the East. Pelham off the board for the alley-oop. Smith can't get it to go, but finally taps it in. So Smith now with 8 points, and the lead is 19 for the East. It's one of those nights when everything's going bad for the West and everything good for the East. Beard yet to score from the field. Back come the West. Play a bit ragged. Both squads turning the ball over. Blocked by Smith. I did not get a chance to see the battle between Bethel and Maury in the Eastern Regionals, but I understand the battle between Joe Smith and the Bethel squad was one to behold.
It was. The first half, I mean, they just got the ball into him and he made it. He had, they had 34 points. He had 24 the first half of and then all of a sudden Allen Iverson said, let me guard him. And he fronted him and kept the ball away from him, and that was the turnaround of the game.
And any of those of you asking why Iverson or some of the other players aren't here, this is for seniors only, actually for graduated players only. Off the glass for 3, and like I said, when things are going well, they go well all the way around.
And young man Edmund Sherrod had a big smile on his face.
1st and 10. That was a good tackle. The East squad football team was assembling over by the back door a little while ago. They might want to get that young man.
I'm sure they would have applauded that takedown.
A 20-point lead. Here you go. You see it again. Now watch here. Boom. Right around the neck. They both got up smiling, and we're glad to see that. Pell, dish inside, goes astray, and the West will bring it back. James Pelham. So the West unable to eat into that lead in spite of the fact that both teams are turning the ball over. Much more here in the second half than in the first. And Beard has the ball taken away by Michael Sharp, and I've been impressed with this young man.
Michael Sharp has played an excellent game out of West Branch High School.
Baycoat for 3. David Baycoat has 3 triples, and he's headed for the University of Richmond, not too far from home. Blocked by Smith, and he dishes for Baycoat. Baycoat got it!
Oh! The Michael Jordan impersonation of not only the stuff but with the tongue hanging out. Great
Baycoat, of
job.
course, had his senior year abbreviated by a broken wrist. In fact, that occurred in a game that we covered here at the Hampton Coliseum against Bethel, and actually it occurred the game before that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He played in that game, but did not play particularly well because of the
Watch this play, Tim.
Here you go, Smith to Baycoat, and Baycoat with the Whirlybird jam.
Let me real quick go over these West basketball players. Landon Bays from Twin Springs hadn't decided what college he's going to. Joey Beard, of course, going to Duke University. Jason Bishop from Rye Grove is going to Roanoke College. Christopher Foster has undecided. Michael Hunter is going to Concord College. Boots Johans is going to Wingate College. Damian Keys has not decided. Carlos Rhodes is going to Hagerstown College. Lonzie Robinson, as we have another steal, but hey, Adrian Sensabaugh is undecided. Maurice Spencer is undecided, and Sean West is going to college, but he's not sure where. But we sure are seeing some talent out here.
(65-38), the West trailing badly. Jumper is an air ball. Pelham with the lead pass for Joe Smith. Good idea, just couldn't handle. The ball didn't come up to him, which is the hard part.
Well,
a big man always has a hard time with that low pass.
Well, and on this floor, you're going to have some dead spots on it anyway because it's a portable floor. You're going to have some spots where the ball bounces real high and other places where the ball doesn't bounce hardly all. And you're right, it did not come up well. It's a great idea, though. Nice looking pass. It just didn't get high enough for Joe Smith.
Damian Keys with the last basket. Joey Beard will come out for the West along with Sensabaugh. In come Jason Bishop, number 33, as Baycoat tried to drain that one from NBA territory. Sharp with the follow-up is good. Johans, no. And last touched by the West. Ball handler is Marvin Graves, who didn't see a lot of action in the first half. Going to Pfeiffer College. And reach-in foul committed by Bishop. That's the second on Jason Bishop.
And that's quick hands. He almost got by with that steal, Tim. Very quick hands.
Sharp will inbounds.
Tell you, the camera people are just getting some great angles and shots this game, Tim.
Blocked by Sean West, but he got too much of the ball and the arm.
And of course, the replay man is just doing awesome down there.
Oh yeah, make it up now, huh?
Of course, I'm talking about Alan Parker. He just does a great job. A good shot of the coaches on the East. Mike Bailey, third one down.
The state championship Bethel Bruins head coach Michael Bailey. Free throw line finds Edmund Sherrard.
Here we'll watch this last action here.
There you see the block and the foul. It was hard to detect from that distance, but it was committed.
We'll also get to see another state championship coach from the Bruins coaching, and that's, of course, Killer Kaz.
Tip in by Sharp. Michael Sharp with 12 points. Clock is not moving. They're trying to get the officials' attention. Smith with the block.
Now it's moving. They just play a few extra seconds.
Sharp with the loose ball, but it's stolen by Sean West, and West will jam. So Sean West from EC Glass High School, 6' 1" guard, steals the ball and jams it home. And a good anticipation by Damian Keys, but then he couldn't hold it. You like that kind of aggressive defense.
You sure do.
(69-42) is the score. East led by 15 after 1. They led by 17 at halftime. And now it's actually 70-42. I see the scoreboard has been corrected. Baycode a little short with the jumper. This is Jason Bishop. Johans, and he throws the ball behind Sean West. Joe Smith gets the fans involved with the
Well, he did a great
Reverse
job of
jam.
holding off the defensive man so he could get the entry pass in.
Baycoat putting on the clinic. He had 10 points at halftime, and he has added 7 more here. He's got 17 to lead all scorers. Loose ball picked up by Joe Smith. This is Pelham and Baycoat. Alley-oop. Oh, it doesn't work. Closer that time than the first time, though. Pelham and Baycoat will check out, as will the entire 5 that had been on the floor for the East squad. So we'll pick up the new players now. They include Kerry Keys, number 10. 34, Craig Tutt. Here's the alley-oop. It just went astray. Rickman is in the ball game for the East, along with Graydon. This is Rickman. Yeah, I thought there might have been some traveling out there. Look out. A little bit of frustration there by the East squad, by the West squad rather.
Just a wee bit.
Bounced the ball off the head of the player.
Watch
Here,
this right here. He catches it and boom, right off the head of the young man from Franklin.
Tutt with the long rebound. Keys just inside the three-point line, an air ball. And underneath to stick it in is Sterling Dandridge. He's got 4.
The East is just out hustling, getting offensive rebounds, getting the loose balls. That makes a difference because you get more chances to shoot, more offensive chances, and your percentages are in your favor.
Foul on the play on Rickman. That is his 3rd. Call him Slinky. That's his nickname, Slinky. Don't know why, but that's his nickname. Nice defense inside by Dandridge. Rickman took steps before he put it on the floor. At 6'6", he is smooth. You know, again, you go back to the height of these young men. This is a tall player, very slender, and very, very agile for a 6'6" young man. Johans, no. Offensive board blocked, and Rickman with the loose ball. Easy basket by Sterling Dandridge. He's got 6. Three-point attempt. Johans hasn't been able to connect on that shot often. He got it one time in the first half. That shot coming from Jerome, not so young, our stand-up cameraman down here. Oh, he heard that. He looked over at me, threw a left punch and a right dagger. Guys do a great job.
Boy, don't they? Melvin Hooker and
Don Bell,
the other. You're right.
I don't know if you could hear what Scotty said. I couldn't. You have the headset that works now.
Well, I can't hear it either. I've got a nice buzz in my headset.
37 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. 78-42. It has been all East. And a travel call. Aaron Somerville took steps. Last time you and I were here at the Coliseum was for that big Hampton, Bethel, Phoebus, Kecoughtan foursome. That girls doubleheader, boys doubleheader that time back in the wintertime. What a contest we saw that night between Hampton and Bethel.
I tell you that you're right. That was a tremendous night for basketball on the peninsula. This place was packed. They got to see 4 great games.
9,500 plus for that event. At the free throw line, missing on the first of 2.
Hopefully they'll do that again next year. I hope the schedule allows them to do it next year.
So Bays hits 1 of 2. Rickman has it blocked and he gets fouled with no time on the clock. So I believe it actually occurred probably with a half a second, so they'll allow him the shots. Damian Keys called for the second personal foul. Rickman has 6 points, his first point of the second half. So he hits both free throws.
And we got a 37-point lead by the home-standing East squad.
Kind of a tough third quarter for the West there. They looked like they were going to try and put a drive together, but they could only muster 7 points in the third, while the East squad was able to put 27 on the board. So that'll slow you down every time. I want to remind you again, if you're watching this game on Wednesday, and I think that's how the schedule works. It's the girls' game on Tuesday and the boys' game on Wednesday night.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, anyway, you're missing the baseball game, but you have time to get out Thursday night for the final contest of this All-Star Week, the East-West All-Star Game football style from Darling Stadium. Hope to see all of you out there for that contest. Fill the place. There you see Damon Baycoat with his high-flying slamma-jamma. Final 10 minutes of this ball game. The West trailing badly. It has been all East, and we've got a
no time is going off the clock.
Having problems with the clock again. Now they get it started, and they'll run a couple of seconds off. That's the second time they've had a bit of a problem with that. But I'd have to say everything else has gone very smoothly. Certainly to the untrained eye out here, the organization, Mike Smith and his group doing a great job. Danny Mitchell and many others. Danny, the name the face that I'm most familiar with in the years past that we've been dealing with this. He's always helped us out if we needed a program or some information or anything we needed at all.
And if we just need him to come up and talk to us at the booth during the football game, he would come up and let us know, because he is the football coordinator.
Graydon picks up the personal foul. The West will bring it up. This is Senzaba, and he hits the 2 just across the three-point line. This is Keys, won't go. Damian Keys with the rebound, stolen by the East. And the alley-oop doesn't work. They haven't probably worked too long on that one. But he gets the basket nonetheless. Sterling Dandridge with 2, and he has 8 for the game. This is a three-point attempt, no good. Stolen, good anticipation by Michael Hunter. He gives to Beard, and Beard will try it. He won't get the basket, but he draws the foul. Beard at the free throw line. 2 shots coming. Here you see a good look at Joey Beard. Going to join his old high school teammate down at Duke. Here you're going to see the attempted alley-oop. The timing just not quite there between the two, but he got the basket nonetheless. He was way under the basket, but was able to get it up and in. So Beard, after hitting 5 consecutive free throws, has missed his last 4. And again, the East out hustling the West to the ball. Tut got it for 3.
And that's one of the dangers of playing scrappy defense and double teaming the ball. You're leaving the man on the outside at the 3-point line wide open, and with these type of shooters they have out here, it's almost a given. Great steal. And number 43 for the West is Lonzo Robertson.
Lonzy, actually.
Lonzy, they call him Lonzy. Lonz.
Baseline jumper, no good.
They've been checked, Scotty.
The alley-oop. Oh, they can't quite get it to fall. Heavy contact inside. Christopher Foster going strong to the board. Foul is going to be called against Damian Graydon. And a player shaken up.
Got an injured player down at the other end. You see Diane Limerick, the trainer for the Hampton Crabbers, out helping number 15, Michael Hunter.
Did not see what happened because it was kind of behind the play, I think.
Well, he may have just caught an elbow or something inadvertently, and
$85-47, the outcome of the game not in doubt, but still some good basketball to watch. Joey Beard, who's had a tough night from the field, hits his second basket. And the young man who's been guarding him most of the time, Joe Smith, a good reason why Beard has had a tough night.
Now Beard is, every time he's turned to go to the basket, Joe Smith has been there, but he's also got some weak side help.
$85-49 with 6:39 remaining in the contest. The East on top. 36-point lead. The East still tenacious as ever. Good idea, didn't connect. Joe Smith says, look, I'll just throw this thing out there and hopefully someone can catch up with it.
Well, Damon started to go down and then stopped. Had he continued to go down, that would have been a perfect pass. But he wasn't sure that Joe was going to end up with the basketball, but he did. Nice move using the basket to help himself. Number 35 for the Maurice Spencer for the West.
Rickman on the baseline.
Tip by, was that Joe Smith, I believe?
No, that was Rickman.
Oh, Rickman. Well, Joe is kind of limping a little coming down, about to lose his pants.
Yeah.
Better pull his drawers up.
He's been wearing those things right around the half-mast area. And he's about to lose them, I'm afraid. I don't know what that's all about, do you?
They don't pull them up far.
89-51. Beard, guarded by Smith. Nice move.
Nice move by Joey.
So Joey Beard has an 11. Kind of an individual contest between those two right now, trying to see which one can get the one-upsmanship on the other. Baycoat with the loose ball puts it home.
Well, Joey Beard saying, okay, Joe, you may have won this one, but I don't think Maryland's going to beat Duke.
Baycoat had 10 at the halftime, and he has added 11 more, so he's got 21 unofficially. And the ball lost by the West squad. .440 left in the ball game. 91-53. Baycoat can't get it to drop. And a foul underneath. There you see an old buddy of ours, Coach Walter Brower.
Walter Brower, right.
Damon Baycoat's coach in his high school days. Somerville with the first of two. Three-point attempt is good by Sean West. Just the second three-pointer for the West squad. Heavy contact, offensive foul will be charged to Darren Somerville. That'll be his second.
Player control foul on Damian Somerville. His third.
Check that as third foul. Smith with the rejection. Somerville knifed through there for the two.
He did. That was a nice pass, nice setup.
Baseline jumper, no good. Tip, no good. Smith high above the rim for the board. Baycoat with another two. Baycoat averaged 31 points plus last year for the Hampton Crabbers. And he's over the 23-point mark right now. Sean West penetrates and scores. Baycoat for another three.
He said, I haven't got my 31 yet.
Scoring machine, he's headed there. Baycoat sporting that Michael Jordan haircut. Smith from outside, no good. Baycoat muscled position, couldn't get it. Good harassing defense, but the West finally scores. Chris Foster puts it in. For three, no good. And a push in the back. Baycoat called for the foul. "26 points for Baycoat. He is unofficially the leading scorer tonight. Actually, there's no one really close to him.
So you could say officially.
I think you could officially say he's the leading scorer. I don't know about his official number of points. 26 points. So the East squad, Joe Smith with 10, Michael Sharp with 12. (99-60). Favor of the East. Johannes, good look at the ball player. Too long.
Tim, he caught that ball a good 10 feet from the basket, it looked like.
And a backcourt violation against Bishop.
I'm sure Allen's got that one. That was awesome. I don't know where he caught that ball.
For the replay here, Scotty. We got it on the.
Man, what a play. Nice setup by Damon Baycoat. And that, of course, put him over the century mark. That's about as hot as it's been around here, 101.
Less than 2 minutes to go now. A 40-point lead for the East. I'm sure we can pull that out of the archive somewhere. Baycoat with a steal. To the hoop. No good. Beard misses the jam but gets the follow-up. Pelham for three, hit it. (104-63), a little more than a minute to go. Bishop can't hold it.
That was not a real good pass.
Pelham again for three, no good. Back comes the West. Sterling Dandridge finishes with 10. At least has 10 at this point. Almost tied up. Bishop stole it back and then put it in for three. So Jason Bishop waited to the last 25 seconds to get his name in the scorebook. Keys for three, no good. Bishop with the rebound. For three as it becomes a three-point contest. Beard puts it in.
Nice pass.
Pelham off the glass as the buzzer sounds. And the East squad wins going away by the final score of 106-68 here at the Hampton Coliseum. The Virginia High School Coaches Association will hold here for a second and see if we can find out who the
player of the game
MVP
is. Yeah, the
players
MVPs
were. I would guess we're going to see Damon Baycoat. Here's that play, I think.
Yes, there it is.
It is.
Whoa!
There was the heavy jam as he went way up to get that one. Damon Baycoat, 26 points unofficially. And I would assume on the other side, a tough call for player of the game on the other side. I guess Joey Beard with 15 leading scorer would be a candidate.
Well, Tim, this has been a good crowd here. We want to thank the people here at the Coliseum for helping our people set up. Of course, I want to say Dr. Sam and Scotty in the truck, along with Bev and Alan Parker.
Most valuable player awards.
All our camera
First,
people.
The most valuable player of the West squad with 10 points, number 35, Maurice Spencer.
Maurice Spencer gets the most valuable player award from the West squad.
Maurice from Martinsville High School. Good job.
Bunch of double-digit scorers for the East squad. Sharp finishes with 12 unofficially, 10 for Dandridge, 11 for Rickman, 12 for Joe Smith.
And now the
7
most
for
valuable
Somerville.
player for the East squad with 28 points. University of Richmond and Hampton's only, Damon Bako.
Really no great surprise. Damon Bako with 28 points to lead all scorers. Gets the East MVP nod. Let's
Once
see if we
again,
got
we'd
this,
like to thank
the slam again,
everyone
I believe.
for attending.
Is this the steal? There's the block. There's where Smith started that play. Now, this was the Bako slam. This was the Whirlybird slam. So that's going to do it. The final score here from the Hampton Coliseum again. The East squad wins going away 106-68 over the West squad. So after 2 games, it's East 1, West 1.
That's it.
And we'll be covering the baseball game Wednesday night at the War Memorial Stadium. And then we'll have the football game Thursday night at Darling Stadium. For Bob Hintz and Tim Cole, this is the final score again, 106-68. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Bye.